Hey guys, today we are going to learn how to find area of composite figures. That is when you have like a trapezoid and a triangle put together, or a rectangle and a circle, or when you have two or more figures put together, and we're going to find the area. Okay, so you make sure you have your formula chart because you're going to need it. All right, guys, so we're going to start with this composite figure. I figured this is the easiest one to start with so you can kind of see. So what we're going to want to do is we're obviously going to have to find, we can split it this way, find the area of this square and the area of this rectangle, or we can split it this way, find the area of this rectangle and this rectangle, add them together. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. It's whatever you want to do. We can do it both ways. I feel like we need to, let's do it like this, just because. So if this whole side is 7 inches, we need to know how much this is, and actually this. So maybe maybe it would be better to do this. That way we only have to find out what this is. Okay, so if this whole stretch is 12, so that would mean that this is 12. Well, we know this much is 9. So what is 12 minus 9? 3. So we know that this is going to be 3 inches. That's how we figured that out. All right, so this is how I like to do it. You do it however you want. Okay, so we have 7 times 3. We know that's how you find the area of a rectangle. And I don't even know if that's even on your, base times height. Okay, so 7 times 3 is 21 inches. And then we have 9 times 4, which is 36 inches. And we need to combine them. So we have 21 plus 36 is 57 inches squared. Okay? All right, so listen. I definitely could have done it the other way, and I would have got the same thing. But I would have had to do more math. I would have had to done 7 minus 4. That would have been 3 inches. So this would have been 9 inches squared, and I said inches. And then 12 times 4 is 48 inches, and 48 plus 9 is 57 inches squared. It doesn't matter which way you do it. In this case, it doesn't matter, but I like to do easier and just find one missing side length instead of finding 2. All right, guys? So the next couple examples, really want you to just pause and try to figure it out and then see if you got it right. That's the best way to do this, to see if you're doing it right. Make sure you have your formula chart. If you don't, you need to let me know. All right, guys. So here we have half of a circle. If you look this way, half of the circle and 2 triangles, okay? Which we know 2 triangles put together make a rectangle or a square. Okay, so this is going to make a rectangle because it's a 5 by 4. So we know that if we find this triangle right here, this would be this one, and then this one, we can just, instead of doing the area of a triangle, the formula for that is 1/2 times base times height. We can do that, but we're going to have to add it twice, or we can just get rid of the half. I'll do it both ways, okay? All right, so here is our semicircle. So what we want to do is find the area of this circle and then divide it in half. And we know from yesterday that area of a circle is pi r squared. And so we have 3.14. The radius is 5 squared, and we know that's 25. So 3.14 times 25, and then we're going to divide it in half. So 3.14 times 25. 20, carry the 2. I hope that you're pausing doing this. 7, 15, 0, 8, 2, 6. Oh, wait. I'm losing my mind. 15. 8. Okay, 78.50. 78.5. We're going to divide that in half because we want to have half of this. I'm lying, it goes in 2 times. No. 3 times. 6, 9, and it will go into 5 2 times, which will be, okay, so the area of that half circle is 39.25, okay? Now we have to find the area of this triangle, and if you look on your formula chart or your reference sheet, you can see where it says triangle is area equals 1/2 times base times height. I actually like to do base times height divided by 2. So if you want to mark out your formula chart right now, you would just have to remember to do it on your actual STAR test. Area could equal base times height divided by 2. That's how I like to do it, but you do it however you want. Okay, so I'm going to do it the way I like to do it. Base times height divided by 2, only because fractions, they're not scary, but it's easier to just divide in half than to multiply by a fraction, right? Okay, so we have a 5 by 4. So area is 5 times 4 divided by 2. 5 times 4 is 20. And 20 divided by 2 is 10. So the area of this triangle is 10, so the area of this one's going to be 10. So basically, we didn't even need to divide it by 20. We didn't need to divide that in half. We could have just left it at 20, but it's up to you. So now I'm going to do the 39.25, and you can, we know this is 10 and this is 10, and this is 39.25. So we know it's going to be 20, which is going to be 2, 5, 9, and 5, which that will bump that. So it would be, the area of this composite figure is 59.3, because I want you to round to the nearest tenth, okay? So we'll do one more. Make sure that you're pausing and trying this, guys. I cannot stress to you enough how important it is that you do that, okay? All right, guys, so this is our last example, and it is very important that you try to do this on your own, okay? So pause it. You have a trapezoid on top of a rectangle. You're going to want to use your formula chart. And it does tell you on here that the area of a trapezoid, the formula for area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. If you want to do base 1 plus base 2 times the height and then divide that in half, it's the same thing as multiplying it by 1/2, okay? And then you will, find the area of the rectangle, add them together. So pause and try this, please. All right, let's see if you guys got this right. All right, so like I said, your reference chart, and I think they do this to confuse students. I don't agree with it, because really normally when I was growing up, when I first started teaching junior high math, I never did 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height. I swear to you, I think that those fat bald guys in Austin that make the rules of education are trying to purposely trick you, okay? Multiplying by 1/2 and dividing by 2 is the exact same thing. So as long as you understand that, you're good, okay? So first we have to find, well, we could do the easy one first. We could do the rectangle. Base times height, the area of this rectangle is base times height. Well, the base is 18 and the height is 5. So the 18 times 5, okay? So I'm just going to do this over here. 8 times 5 is 40. The 0 can stay. The 4 got to go. 1 times 5 is 5, and 5 plus 4 is 9. So the area of the rectangle is 90. And I'm not a picky teacher. I don't care if you put miles squared, meters squared, inches. I don't care. I just want the number part to be right. Some teachers are picky, though, so you need to be careful. All right, so 90, and I'll just go ahead and put miles squared. That's a big old building, huh? Or a piece of land or whatever it is. All right, so now I'm going to get this trapezoid. And we know trapezoid is, it says 1/2 times base 1. I didn't put that, base 1 plus base 2 times the height. I'm going to opt out of that one And I'm going to do the one that I grew up doing that I think is the easiest to me mentally. Base 1 plus base 2, base 1 plus base 2 times the height, which is right here, divided by 2, okay? So we got to figure out what is this measurement right here. Well, we know this whole thing right here is 8 miles, and we know that this part is what? 5. So if we subtract 5 from the 8, that'll give us what's left over up there, which is 3, okay? So 3 miles, I guess. All right, so I'm going to come over here. When I'm using this formula, I'm going to come over here so I don't run over it. So my base 1, it doesn't matter which one is 1 and which one is 2. Adding your bases together. 18 plus 12. And we said the height is 3. Times 3, and we're dividing that by 2. Okay, 18 plus 12 is 30, correct? So we have 30 times 3 divided by 2. 30 times 3 is 90. 90 divided by 2 is 45, right? Doing that all in my head. Hopefully you work this out. So this is 45 miles squared. We're going to add them together. 90 plus 45 is 135 miles squared. That is our answer. And I hope that you understood. If you did not, raise your hand. I will come help you. You need to have scratch paper, guys. You cannot do these assignments area without scratch paper. Look how much board I used for just one problem. Okay, so make sure you have scratch paper. Make sure you're working this out. This is one of your first grades. This is one of the very first grades for this 9 weeks. Guys, we got to start stepping it up. Y'all will have a STAR test, okay? All right, guys, good luck.